here today with Paul Hendricks of Body Balance down in Austin and Lakeway, Texas. And we were down there, was it last week or the week before?
Week before last.
It was crazy. Dr. Collins flew in Thursday night to help out with a workshop for you,
Yep.
which we did 2 of them. I was able to get to the afternoon one at the South Austin clinic. Tell us a little bit what it was like doing the workshop, having Dr. Collins there, and what happened.
It was great. So this was actually our first workshop that we'd ever done on peripheral neuropathy. And it's been something we've had a lot of people were asking about. We went through, we set everything up, we had the workshop that morning up in Lakeway. We had about 20 people show up. It was great. We did a little educational session about what neuropathy was, some of the causes, some of the things you could do. And then we introduced the Stimpod as a treatment form. And it was great having Dr. Collins there because, he was very experienced with it. Todd Houghton was there as well. He's used Stimpod quite a bit as well. So having their expertise of using it, but also to having the extra hands, because trying to put it on 20 people and getting them to feel and showing them where to hold the probes and things like that, it was great to have quite a few hands on. So that one went off really well. And then in the afternoon, we did the same thing down in our South Austin clinic, and we had about 8 people show up down there. And again, same thing. Everybody did the same educational thing. Took everybody through, had a chance to get on the Stimpod, and I would have to say, probably close to 100% of the people who we actually got it on and tried it instantly felt some kind of a difference using the Stimpod. And so they were, again, we've had quite a few of them have already come in for evaluations or already set up for discovery visits to come in and follow up with it. And again, most of them have really good results that carried over for some time even after we did just that one session.
And that's the nice part about Stimpod, especially with a patient population like diabetic neuropathy, because they're super frustrated because they've been told for years by their other practitioners that we got nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And now there really is something that can help their nerves.
Yeah, and it was really interesting too, because over the years we've done a lot of work with different people who always complain of neuropathy, but usually they come to us because they have balance issues or weakness or pain, and that was just it. We really didn't have anything we could work to help strengthen them. We could help to work to some different techniques, but nothing that really gave us a good way to help them for long lasting.
And I know you also did the Liberty Patch. What was the reaction from people with the Liberty Patch?
They were amazed. It was like, what kind of voodoo is he doing kind of thing. It's like, all right, he was able to push me over, and now you put this little piece of plastic on me, that has a whole bunch of ridges on there, and now suddenly I can stand. I felt, my balance better. And we've actually had a couple of people who we've tried it on them. A few of my clients, and I actually wouldn't even tell them a whole lot about what the Liberty Patch was. I said, hey, just want you to try this and tell me, how you feel. A couple days later, they would come back in and going, all right, how did you feel with the patch? And the husband of one of our clients was like, I don't know what that thing was, but it was like her balance and her walking was better, once she was on it. And so she, they've actually bought it, and then they've got it some other patients or some other friends who are going to buy the patches to try for like their Parkinson's and for balance and stuff like that. So it is interesting.
And so what advice do you have for another clinic owner who's afraid of doing a workshop?
Oh, don't be afraid. Yeah, that's the thing is, even people who are not, I've done workshops quite a bit. I enjoy it. I enjoy getting out in front of people. But even for people who are a little nervous about getting up, I always tell people, don't think of it being like a lecture. Think of it more as just you're having a discussion with people. Very start of the workshop, we sit down and we go through and we talk to all the people and say, okay, tell me what you're here for, what's going on, what's it keeping you from doing? And so it's basically the workshop basically is like a group discovery visit. We go through and we do, 10, 15 minutes of education, always answering all their questions, always bringing it around to what their concerns are, bring that back into the workshop. So I'll sit down, I'll have my format of what I'm going to talk about. But, if somebody wants to talk about this, we jump right into it. And I always make it a point of telling people that this isn't a lecture, it's a two-way conversation. At any point, ask me any question that you have, and we'll answer it. And it helps relax them and gets them talking. It helps pull them into the conversation. And it really kind of makes it a lot more fun because then you're answering their questions and it's not like a real rigid, kind of performance.
And I love the description that it's like a group discovery visit because you're not afraid of doing a discovery visit for a patient who you've never met before. You don't know anything about it. They could throw any question in the world at you. You're totally comfortable doing that. That's exactly what you should think of a workshop being, except the beautiful part about it, the group dynamic. When they get to hear and see other people that are suffering with some of the same conditions that they are, and perhaps have been on the same medications that they've been on. Now there's this herd mentality of, hey, I like that.
Yeah, and I agree with that because that's the other thing. It's really fun as you start opening up the dialogue amongst people. One lady will make a comment, and then some guy will say, oh yeah, I've got that same thing. And then that gets somebody else involved in the conversation. Sometimes you have to rein in their conversations because it's like, all right, we're running out of time here, guys. But it is nice to see them. And it just, to me, again, it relaxes everybody in the room. It relaxes me because then it's just, like I said, it just turns into a group discussion.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Another Stimpod PhysioFunnels success story of just, what? You can do it. Just go out there. It helps your patients. It helps your bank account. It's a win-win for everybody.
Just do it.
Thanks, Paul.
All right. Thank you. All right.